What is your evaluation of what you think the Niners are evaluating right now? And who do you think is the third overall pick? That's a lot to chew on, so I'll give you the floor.
There is, and it's fascinating because, first of all, we have to remember that they have Jimmy Garoppolo in the building. And so that's the first place that I always start because I go, okay, you have Jimmy. We know what Jimmy is. We know that Jimmy helped you get to a Super Bowl. We know that he's won a lot of games, and so we know what his skill set is. And so I see that, and then there's a lot of speculation about Mac Jones. And I like Mac Jones. I think Mac Jones plays the game very much like I did from a cerebral standpoint and processing information and understanding how to make different throws. But there's a limit there with what he is physically. Now, I don't know what that limit is. I've kind of likened it in some of the other interviews I've done, Rich, to kind of myself on one end because that's how I played the game. But I believe that I had kind of a bigger upside, physically, where I could make some of those special kinds of throws, even though I wasn't a great athlete. I could play the position a little more athletically. And then you have an Andy Dalton who plays the game very similar to that, and a starter in this league, and has won a lot of games and played in playoffs, but doesn't have that upside physically that I believe can carry a team and get a team to that next level. He needs that help around him to be able to do that. And so where does Mac Jones fit in that mix? Is he more Kurt Warner? Is he more Andy Dalton? Somewhere in between, but what is his physical upside? But so I compare him to a Jimmy G, and I say, okay, what are you getting from Mac Jones that you don't have with Jimmy G? Now, is it simply Jimmy G can't stay healthy? Okay, I get it. We want a guy that processes and that can play within Kyle's offense because he's so good at creating opportunities and is accurate. A guy like Jimmy G, but a guy that we believe can stay healthy, and so we go get another guy. So that, to me, is the argument for a Mac Jones. Or there's the argument that kind of lends itself to what you did there at 3, and you say, okay, if we're going to make all these moves and we're going to go up to number 3, we need to get something more than we believe we have in Jimmy Garoppolo. And that is, what's the different skill set? Now, I think Jimmy's really talented in a lot of ways and is a solid athlete, but he's not the athlete that a Trey Lance or a Justin Fields is. And so that becomes the other side where you go, well, if you're going to do that, you must be going up to get something different, something that gives you an advantage in a different way and may lend itself to one of those other two guys. But I don't know what the answer to that question is. I don't know if they're looking at it more just, hey, Jimmy hasn't stayed healthy, so we need to find another guy to place in here with all our pieces. And I could definitely see Mac Jones go there. But I could definitely buy into those other two guys. And you have Jimmy there. So Trey Lance is in your pick, Rich, to me has maybe the best skill set of all these guys when you look at the complete picture. I also think he's got the most work to do of all these guys. So you have Jimmy there and you say, hey, we go get Trey Lance. We got a perfect position to let him sit for a year to learn, for us to teach him, and then for us to run to him in a couple years and let him be that guy when he's got a year of seasoning under his belt. So I can see a lot of different arguments there, and I'm excited to see, as we all speculate, what it is really that Kyle Shanahan and John Lynch are thinking for them to make the moves that they did, give up as much as they did to get up to number 3.
Hey, you watched all the way to the end. Thanks for that. Watch more right here.